The brief commentary on Sura Az-Zuhruf. Interpretation of the 57th verse of Az-Zuhruf. It is reported that Abu Yahya said, once Ibn Abbas said, "There is a verse in the Quran that I have never been asked about, and I don't know. They don't ask me because they know about it, or because they don't understand into it enough to ask about it." Then he began to talk to us, and when he was about to get up, we began to reproach each other for not asking him about this verse. Then I said, "I'll ask him about him if tomorrow comes." The next day I said, "O Ibn Abbas, yesterday you said that there is a verse in the Quran about which you have never been asked before, and you do not know. They do not ask you because they know about it, or because that they do not delve into it. Tell me about it and about those verses that you have read before." He said, "Good." The Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said to the Quraysh, "O Quraysh, indeed, there is no good in anyone who is worshipped along with Allah." The Quraysh were aware that the Christians worshipped Isa and that Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, spoke about him. And so they said, "O Muhammad, don't you say that Isa was a prophet, a righteous man and one of the servants of Allah? If you speak the truth, then there is no good in those whom they worship." Then the great and mighty Allah sent down the verse, and when the son of Maryam is cited as an example, your people exclaim joyfully. And what does it mean, joyfully exclaims? I asked. He said, he makes noise and shouts, "Verily, he is Jesus, or the Quran, or Muhammad is a sign of the hour." He said. And here we are talking about the coming of Isa before the day of resurrection. This hadith was transmitted by Ahmad and Al-Tabarani. And Sheikh Muqbil al-Wadi'i called the chain of his narrators good. A similar hadith was also narrated by Al-Tahawi in the book Mushkil al-Asar. The brief commentary on Surah Ad-Duhan. Interpretation of the 10th verse of Ad-Duhan. It is reported that Ibn Abbas said, "It happened when the Quraysh disobeyed the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and he asked Allah to send them hungry years like the years of Yusuf. And then came the drought and famine, and they began to eat bones. And when they looked at the sky, it seemed to them from hunger that there was smoke between heaven and earth. Then the great and mighty Allah said, Wait for the day when the sky will bring a clear smoke that will envelop people. It will be painful suffering." Then they came to the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and asked him, "Ask Allah to send down rain for the Madar tribe, because it is already dying." He replied, "For the Madarites? Indeed, you are very brave." Then he asked for rain to be sent down to them, and they received it. And then the words were sent down. But you will return to unbelief. When their affairs were in order, the great and mighty Allah sent down the verse. On the day when we seize you with the greatest grasp, we will take revenge. This happened on the day of the Battle of Badr. This hadith was reported by Ahmad, Al-Bukhari and Muslim. And its text is given according to the version of Al-Bukhari. The brief commentary on Surah Al-Jasiya. Interpretation of the 24th verse of Al-Jasiya. It is reported that Abu Hurairah said that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, in times of ignorance, people said, "We are being destroyed day and night. This is what destroys us, kills us, and brings us to life." Allah said in his book, they said, "There is only our worldly life. We die and are born, and nothing destroys us except time." And so they scolded the time, but the Almighty and All-Good Allah said, the Almighty and Great Allah said, "The son of Adam offends me, blaspheming time, while I am time, everything is in my power, and I alternate day and night." This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, and Abu Dawud.